Hey guys, this is a Kaminari ex listener. I hope you enjoy. This is Hanahaki AU, and this is part 1. There will be a part 2, so I hope you enjoy. Love is something every person wants, something supposed to be beautiful, right? Something everybody desires. It was a typical Monday morning. You were walking to school, and obviously you were left a blushing mess by Denki Kaminari once again. Every morning he'll tell you a flirtatious comment, and you brush it off like you didn't like it. Well, you had secretly a crush for him for months, and your pride didn't let you tell him, but today you were decided you were going to tell Denki how you felt. You had already planned everything with the help of Uraraka. You had done a love letter to tell him, and you were gonna give it at the end of school. You thought it was a cliche, a love letter, but your friends insisted it was a good idea. You were confused why Denki was not in the first period of class, and you also noticed that your friend Jiro wasn't around too. You felt a strange feeling because you were worried. But in the second period, Denki entered a classroom saying, "Guess what? I have a girlfriend!" Your heart sank. Jiro came behind him. She was a blushing mess. You acted happy and congratulated the both as the rest of the class did, but you were about to cry. All your friends knew about your crush in Denki. So, in lunch, Todoroki, Midoriya, Ida, and Uraraka were consoling you on the rooftop. They were saying things like, "Don't worry, Yuan, the pain will go away. He's an asshole." Ida tried to console you as well, saying, "Yuan, you're a strong girl. You will get over this. I know that." Deku said, Yuan, I know you will feel better. You're a strong person." And Uraraka was hugging you tightly. You were glad your friends were through this, but you had to put a brave smile when you got to class because you didn't want anyone else to know about your feelings for that electric boy. You felt horrible while you saw Denki and Jiro sitting together, flirting and kissing each other. You felt sick. That disgusted you so much. Like, why her? Why not you? He always flirted with you. You thought he's just a dumb flirt and a player. After class, you headed to your dorm as fast as you could. You ran, didn't wait for any of your friends, and locked yourself there. Soon as you entered, you closed the door and started crying. You didn't know how much time you had been crying. But suddenly, you felt something on your throat, and it was harder to breathe. You didn't understand what was wrong. You thought, maybe I just cried too much. You took some painkillers and then headed to bed. It was about 4 a.m. and you couldn't sleep. You were turning around in pain, screaming, crying. You felt so bad. You felt your airway getting smaller by the second. You didn't know what was wrong. You just wanted it to end, the pain to end. Suddenly, you started coughing and coughing more. You felt like you were about to throw up. You started coughing more and more until you felt something in your hand. There were flower petals. Why were you coughing flower petals? You were so confused. Your first thought, did I get hit by a quirk? No, we haven't been attacked. And no one in the school has a quirk like that. But then it clicked. You had read in some books about a disease, Hanahaki. A disease where the infected person coughs or throws up flowers. It mostly begins because of unrequited love. When you love someone so deeply that it becomes to hurt yourself. You were confused. You obviously had a crush on Denki, but you didn't imagine you loved him. Well, you actually loved him since you had Hanahaki. You felt like such an idiot and thought to yourself, Yuan, what are you thinking about? He has a girlfriend. You felt more flowers in your throat when you thought about Jiro and Denki together. Then you started coughing more and more. The petals were beautiful, they were yellow, and it reminded you of Denki a lot. You started crying, and soon you were asleep on your bed, tears still present on your cheeks for all the crying you were doing. Soon the morning came, and for your bad luck, you coughed more petals and more and more. You didn't feel like going to class. When you saw yourself in the mirror, you look much paler than you usually look, and you had bags under your eyes. You look pretty bad. And it was understandable, but you didn't expect to look so bad at the first day. You knew that if you didn't get a surgery, you will surely die. Because the only way for a patient to recover is by surgery, and the person will not be able to laugh again. Another way, if that person that you love reciprocates your feelings, but in your case it was impossible. Denki was dating Jiro. But there was another way. If the patient fell in love with another person and that person reciprocates the feelings. Neither of those options were available for you. Kaminari will never reciprocate your feelings, and you doubt you will fall in love with another person, and you didn't think another person will be able to love you back. And finally, the surgery was too expensive and you couldn't afford it. Finally, when you were ready to go to school, you started walking. Everyone around you was asking if you were okay because they thought you looked very ill, which was obvious. Your friends asked, Yuan, are you okay? You look very bad. Uraka asked. Todoroki went a little closer to your face and said, Yuan, you don't look okay. You should go back to the dorms. You brushed them off and said, Guys, I'm fine. I just was crying last night. Don't worry about it. They sighed in defeat and let you go to school. When you entered the class, the first thing you saw was Denki and Jiro together talking with the rest of the Baku squad. You felt sick. You ran out and headed to the closest bathroom. You threw up more flowers and more and more and more. You lost count. Then finally you were able to catch a breath. You felt a little relieved and drank some painkillers and headed back to class. Mr. Isawa said, Yuan, you are late again. You apologized and headed to your seat. All your classmates were staring at you. They thought, she looks ill. Is she okay? What happened to her? The classes went by as normal, and when it was lunchtime, you couldn't handle it anymore. You went running to a nearest trash can and started to cough off more petals and flowers. You felt sick, but you had to hide it. You had to hide it until you died. You had lost all hope of Denki reciprocating your feelings, and you were not gonna trouble your family with that amount of money for surgery. You felt stupid. You leaned in back into a bench after you stopped coughing and sat there for a while. You drank water to reduce the pain of the petals. You thought, it's the first day and I'm already hurting this bad. I don't want to imagine when it gets to a week, and I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die like this. I want to become a hero, follow my dreams. I don't want to be this. You started crying more and more. Suddenly, you lift off your hat to see a familiar face. One of your classmates. He was staring down at you. You were confused and asked, Why are you here?